Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing this look right here. If you like what you see, then just keep on watching. So let's get started. I'm gonna zoom in and start my eyes and I'll be right with you. All right, you guys, so I finished my left eye. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my right eye for you all. What I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be taking the Shape Tape Concealer and I'm going to just apply a little bit of concealer on my entire eyelid. And then what I'm going to be doing after this is I'm going to be setting it with my highlight and contour powder palette by e.l.f, which is going to be this palette right here. So once I apply all that, I'm going to be setting it with the two lighter shades, which are these two right here. So I'm making sure that that's all covered. Going in now with a big fluffy brush, I'm going to take these two light shades right here and I'm going to just apply it all over my lid, in my brow bone, everywhere. Now what I'm going to be doing with the same fluffy brush, I'm going to now be taking this medium shade right here and I'm going to be applying it right to the brow bone. The way you find your brow bone is if you can literally feel it. So if you feel that, that's where you're gonna go ahead and apply that color. For me, sometimes if I leave my eye open, it helps direct it into the socket. And you're going to want to just do windshield wiper motions. Once you get to the desired shade and shape that you like, I go ahead and now take the rest of what is on my brush. I don't go ahead and dip anymore. I take the rest of what's on my brush and now I go above what I just did and just that helps the transition happen. There you can see it's less of that harsh line and blow it out. Again, with the same brush, I'm now going with the darkest shade in that palette. I'm going to just tap it out. And now I'm going to just keep it tight, which basically means I'm not going to go above the brow bone. I'm just going to keep it right below the brow bone inside that socket. Once you're done with that, again, I'm going to now blow out the edge. Take whatever's excess on the brush and just blow that out. All right, so once you do that, now I'm going in with my Urban Decay Cherry palette, which is this palette right here. And I'm going to now take the darkest shade, which is this one called Privacy. I'm gonna be taking Morphe brush and I'm going to now put it right where my brow bone ends. And I'm just going to keep it there in a tick-tock motion, which is basically like that. If you tap in your product, you're gonna get more transition. You're gonna get more of that color on your lid to help darken that color up. So sometimes what I like to do is tap in my color to the desired shade that I want in the area. Once I do that, tap it out. And then now I will go ahead and just shape it out. So what I'm doing is just tapping it in this area. Once I get to the shade that I want, now I'm going a little bit further with my strokes, longer strokes. Still keeping in the same area, just brushing that out. Now you're starting to see a little bit of a shape happen here. So if you're looking here, I am literally just going from the end of my brow bone to kind of where my pupil is. If you look where the transition is, it's starting to go where my pupil is. You don't want to go past your pupil, okay? So that's where your marker is where your pupil is. That's where you want to stop. Again, what we did with our transition color with the big brush like this, whatever's left on your brush, I go ahead and just transition that out very, very softly. Just above of what we did, and then go ahead and blow that out. See, it's starting to get darker. Now I'm gonna go back again with that Privacy color, tap it out, and just do a little bit darker. And then I'm now going to do a little bit of the bottom. Same area, just tap it. And then just go ahead and blend that out. The trick is you want to use a brush that is clean, and that's going to go ahead and help buff that color out even more so. See, it's starting to get a little bit cleaner. You're still starting to see a little bit more of that darkness. Now what we do is I'm going to take the next color that I like, and now I'm going in with Young Love, which is this color right here, the third one in. And now I'm going to apply it where the dark and the light meet, kind of in between that. That's going to be your next color. And what I'm doing again is I'm just tapping it in there so that that product stays. And I get a little bit more on the eyelid. See how you're starting to see that transition happening? Now, if you want to see a little bit more of color coming out of that, because sometimes it doesn't transfer as well, go ahead and use that color that you like. Put it on the brush, spray it with a setting spray. Dry it out a little bit, and then go ahead and just tap it in. And you start to see a little bit more of that color happening. Crazy, right? Now, once I do that color, I'm gonna go in. All right, now I'm going in with Zam, which is an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I will link everything that I'm using below. All right, so I'm going on with Zam, going ahead and putting the product on my brush, and I'm going to spray it again. Let that sit a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that in my inner corner. Now I'm going to go back in with my Privacy color, which is that darker shade, and I'm just going to go in and just blend it all back out. All right, so this is where it kind of gets a little bit more dramatic. I'm going to now do my eyeliner. So the eyeliner I'm going to be using today is the e.l.f. one, which is the H2O proof eyeliner pen, and this is awesome. I love this one. And then I am going to do some lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I did my lashes in. Now I am going to just highlight that brow bone. What I'm going to do is just take a highlighter color and just go ahead and just apply it right below your eyebrow. There you are. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the face. All right, you guys, now that we did our eyes, we're gonna go ahead and do our face. The first thing I'm gonna start off with is my e.l.f. Cosmetics Hydrating Primer. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that all over my face. The reason why I love this so much is because when you put your foundation on, it just stays right on top of the primer, which to me, I'm starting to use less foundation when I use this primer, which is great. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take my foundation, and I'm going to use the Shape Tape by Tarte Cosmetics, and I'm gonna just go ahead and apply it directly to the skin from my Beauty Blender. I would say this foundation is medium to full coverage when you build it. I definitely think it gives it more of a natural finish. For someone like me, I'm a little bit more on the drier side, So I like a natural look to the skin. I don't like it when it's too dry looking. Just gonna go ahead and apply that all the way down, even to my neck area. And I know right now it doesn't look like it matches as much to my neck, but I am lighter right now, obviously, with it being winter. And here in the Midwest, it's always cloudy. We're not getting as much sun, and obviously why would I be outside in 30-degree weather? Let's be honest. Okay, so for me, I do have freckles. If you saw in my last video, I did mention that I have freckles, and I'm going to just cover that a little bit. So I'm going to just do another little pump of the foundation and apply it just directly to my cheeks, because that's where most of my freckles are, and a little bit on the forehead. So once I do the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and now do my contouring. Again, I'm going to be using the Double Duty Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to apply a stroke there, and a little bit on my forehead, my lip area, my nose. And then just taking whatever else I have on the wand and just rubbing it through. And now I'm going to be taking my Morphe M439 brush, and I'm just going to start going all over my face. All right, so I have my daughter's clips here because I knew that my hair would be in the way. So I'm just going to pin it back real fast. There we go. Okay. Again, in a stippling motion, I'm just going to keep it in the same area. I'm not going to go downward. Just right in that area right there. All right, now I'm taking my Crown 517 brush, and I'm just going to bring this down. I'm going to take my Shape Tape Concealer in 35N Medium and apply it right on the side of my nose, all the way down. And then out. And just, when I go back in, I don't dip it all the way. I just get the little bit of a corner and get the excess concealer. Okay, now I'm going to be setting it with my Dermablend Illuminating Powder. And this is the banana powder one. So I always like to have it open and then ready to set right after I'm done. So when I'm setting my under eye, especially after I just did my eyeshadow, I like to go in and just pencil it very softly, and with the tip of my beauty blender, I like to direct it out underneath because I don't want it to go over what I just did on my eyes. Same thing, I'm just going to direct that concealer out more and then blend it. Like to press it back in with the dark contour, just blending everything back in. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and set my highlight. Okay, now once I set my highlight, I'm just gonna go ahead and just set the whole face really lightly, again with the illuminating powder. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer over what I just did here. And then I'm going to do my neck and my chest. Okay, once I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up my contour line with a little bit of that illuminating powder that I just used. And very so lightly, I'm just rubbing in the powder. And I don't want this to set and have a really harsh line, so I'm just blending it out right away. Okay, once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and just take off this powder underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to do my blush. Blend it out. And then I'm going to set the whole face. And I'm going to be using my Watermelon and Glow Ultra Fine Mist Hydrating Glowing Radiance by Glow Recipe. Just give myself a little bit of a dewy look. Okay, so now I'm going to be highlighting my nose and above my cheekbones. I'm taking a fan brush and I'm just going to blend it. Putting a little bit more product on my brush and blending it up. And then doing above my cheekbones. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit and do my Cupid's bow. Once I do that, I'm going to just take a little bit more of my blush and just go a little bit over that, kind of have it melt into the skin. Spray up my face one more time. This is going to be the Power Setter 2-in-1 by Dermablend that I'm using. And then now I'm going to do my under eye. I like to do my under eye last because I spray my face and I don't want my mascara to run down my face. And look at all, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Cherry palette. Again, the first color that we did, the darker color, the Privacy. I'm gonna go ahead and use that color. And then taking the other side, doing the same thing. And then I'm going to just blend it out a little bit. I just rubbed off whatever excess color I had on my brush and just blending it down a little bit, just to buff it out so that it's not harsh looking. And then I'm going to use my Falsies Lash Lift by Maybelline underneath my eyes. And then now I'm gonna just do my lips, and I'm gonna go in with my MAC Spice Lip Liner. And then I'm going to be taking now my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Kim K. I'm just topping it with a gloss. That. So everything that I used in today's video will also be in the description box. So yeah, follow me and let me know what else you guys would like to see. This is my final look. I hope you enjoy. Bye.